10 things I hate about art. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Candy here, and today we are doing another LPS video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about 10 things I hate about art. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love art. But I mean, sometimes there's just some little things about art that really annoy me and get on my nerves. So that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. The 10 main things I hate about art. Number 1. A lot of people in the art community are quite harsh and rude. As some of you guys may know, I have a Google Plus called Livy Draws, and that's where I post most of my art, like drawings I've done of my own characters, art trades, commissions people have bought off me, adopts. I do a bunch of art stuff on there, and most of the time I'm pretty proud of them, and I'm really happy with how most of my art turns out. But then, when I post it on Google Plus, people tend to be a little bit mean about my art, and they think they're trying to be helpful and giving constructive criticism. And some people are really helpful with their constructive criticism, because sometimes it helps me improve and get better at art. But some of the time, when people say they're giving constructive criticism, their comment is just downright rude. Because, well, on this piece of art right here, a lot of people said some really horrible things about it, and I have a screenshot here which I'm going to show you guys in a second. But first, before I show you guys all of these comments, I'll blur out the names because I don't want you guys to trash them at all, because even though they're horrible people, they don't deserve to be trashed. So I'm just going to blur out their names so it doesn't cause any drama. So here's the screenshot of some of the things people said about the piece I just showed you a second ago. Because I was actually really proud of that piece, but then when people said those things about me, it just really hurt my feelings, and yeah, it just made me want to quit art. Number 2, when I get one eye perfect on a humanoid character, but then the other one looks really weird. Now, this is a really big problem that I have when drawing human characters. One eye I usually get perfect. It's usually the one that I show the full eye of, mostly when I'm doing like a 3/4 view. And yet, usually the one that you see the most, I get perfect. But then the one which you only see half of starts to look pretty weird, because I'll show you a piece where I had a lot of trouble doing the eyes. So here it is. Now in the end, this painting turned out pretty good and I finally got the eyes right. But it took me about 30 minutes just to get the eye that's only showing halfway just right. So yeah, that tends to get a bit annoying when drawing human characters. Number 3. Art supplies are so expensive. Being an artist for about 2 or 3 years and using all the cheap supplies for that long, I want to start using some of the better art supplies, like Copic markers or Prismacolor colour pencils, or a drawing tablet for digital art and paint tool Sci for the computer. But they cost a lot of money. Because Prismacolor color pencils, it's about $40 or $50 for a tin. Copic markers cost about $7 per marker, and it can be about $200 or $300 for a pack of 30. And a drawing tablet can cost about $800, and paint tool Sci is about $60 or $70. Now, my family definitely can't afford those items, so I'm starting to give up on actually ever getting them, but I really want them for my career, and that could get a bit annoying when being an artist. Art supplies are just too expensive. Number 4, constructive criticism. Number 5, when people think you need references to draw. Now, lately, since I've been getting better at my art, a lot of people are trying to send me references on Google Plus to make me learn how to draw quicker. And I've gone about 2 or 3 years without using references. I do use a lot of references, but a lot of artists don't need references when it comes to drawing. Sometimes they can just have an image in their head and just draw it without any references. I've done that a lot and my art turns out just fine. So that gets a bit annoying when I think I'm a good artist, but then people think I need references to learn how to draw. I don't need references, guys. Seriously. Number 6, when people are too cheap and they won't buy your adopts/commissions. Now, this point is mostly for people on DeviantArt, because people, when you use PayPal, they aren't as cheap. But on DeviantArt, people are getting really cheap these days. Because the other day, I was selling adopts for 30 points each, so that's 30 cents each in real money, and literally no one bought them. They thought they were too expensive. Seriously, 30 cents isn't that expensive for a character. I mean, I've seen some characters going for 2,000 points and they don't even have any art yet. So, guys, learn how to splurge with your money a bit and treat yourself to a cheap adopt instead of saying, oh, that's too expensive. Wow. Number 7, when people copy your art style and they make it really obvious. Because there's this artist online, they actually copied my art yesterday, but their style is a mixture between mine and another girl's on Google Plus, and I could see parts where they've just copied our styles and just put it into his. The other day when I drew this traditional art cat drawing, I'll put it right here. See how I did the tail? All the darker lines in between in the tail, so it makes it look more fluffy. Well, after I posted that on Google Plus the other day, someone just copied that style completely. I mean, I know a lot of people do their tails like that, but I just knew they were copying me because as soon as I posted mine, about 20 minutes later, they posted their drawing and they did their tail the exact same way. And it just really annoyed me. Seriously, that's really obvious that you're copying my style. Just don't. Find your own style and be creative. Number 8, when people rush art and take no time at all on a piece. Now I know a lot of people on Google Plus and DeviantArt actually who take about 15 to 20 minutes to draw an art piece, and you can tell that it looks very rushed, like they take no time at all to draw that piece. And then you see their art, you can see it's rushed, especially their flat colour drawings, which only take them about 10 to 15 minutes. It looks really rushed. I mean, art takes time, you can't rush it. You need to put time and effort into art pieces, just not when you have a little tiny bit of free time, just do a quick 10-minute piece. Number 9. When you accidentally draw on the wrong layer when you're doing digital art. Now, I've done this so many times. Sometimes after I've done the sketch and I'm doing the line art, sometimes I draw the line art on the same layer as the sketch, so then I can't delete the sketch. And that gets really annoying because then I have to backspace all of the line art and I have to start all over again, and that really annoys me because it takes up more time when doing art. Number 10. When you draw gore or horror art and someone just comments, edgy. Now, about 11 or 12 weeks ago, I did this gore piece just to practice how to do blood and gore and all that. I drew my fursona, Micah, hanging herself, and it was only meant to be like a little bit of practice just to learn how to draw gore and all that. And I mean, people hang themselves all the time in TV shows like Supernatural or Buffy or most of the shows that I watch. And when I do it, people just comment edgy. And I mean, I wasn't drawing this piece to be edgy. I was drawing it for gore practice because a lot of artists do gore. And I mean, do people think that horror movies and horror TV shows or fantasy, do they think that's edgy just because there's a little bit of blood or like they're doing something morbid or something? I mean, just because an artist draws gore doesn't mean they're edgy. Okay, those are all the points I've got for this video on 10 things I hate about art. Now, in my next video, I'm probably going to do 10 things I love about art. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys in the next one. And if you guys have any ideas of what you would like to see on the channel, please leave them in the comments below because I've had really bad filming block lately. I haven't had any ideas for videos, so when I got this idea I was really happy. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys in the next one. Love you! By the way, I'll show some of my art pieces at the end so you guys can see some of my art. So, goodbye!